Good evening and welcome to the iceHQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia on Warranjoy Woiwurrung traditional land for the Game 2 of Round 5 of the CCM National Women's Tournament T2 here at iceHQ. We're enormously privileged to be able to bring it to you. This game for the Central Coast Stingrays, their last chance to win a game. They've been desperately unlucky through the tournament. They haven't been able to score a win. Everything has been close. They've had 3 losses by one goal and 1 tie, so it's been desperately unlucky for them. The puck just has never bounced in the way they would have wanted it to. For the Brisbane Drop Bears, they find themselves second last on the ladder at the moment, but if they win this one, they can potentially move up and play finals tomorrow. Tomorrow morning there will be 1v4 and then 2v3 semi-finals in the morning and then grand finals in the evening. So tomorrow is still a jam-packed day of hockey for these teams. The Central Coast, well, they can't make finals, but they can get a win, and they'd love to salvage some pride out of that one. They're certainly capable of it. They've just been desperately unlucky throughout the tournament and just not been able to finish it off. They had a couple of really close games where they could have won it and were just deprived at the finish, which was desperately unlucky for them in that context. For the Drop Bears, again, they've been a bit unlucky. The 1 win, 2 losses and a tie, and they lost versus the Melbourne Reds just a couple of hours ago. What was it? Again, another very even. They outshot the Reds, but couldn't get past them on the bit of the scoreboard that counts, and that is the bit that actually gets through to past the goaltender. Watch out for, in particular, for the Drop Bears, Millie Williams, who has been great throughout the tournament. It's probably our pick for player of the tournament thus far. Certainly competing there with Bobby Clark, who's been brilliant for the Honey Badgers as well. So those 2 players have been outstanding. But Courtney Christian's been in the net, excellent for them too. But so too for the Stingrays. Lund has been superb for them. Tess Wilkinson has been unlucky in not scoring much yet, but has been dangerous. Van Rooyen has done a good job in defence too for the Stingrays. So too the leadership and experience of Mish Boxka, and Diamantina Dowell has been effective scoring a goal early on. We want to see some more from Annie Bartlett, who is recovering from some injuries, but has been effective in defence. And I had a bit of a chat in here earlier between some of the games earlier on as well, and bring a great attitude to the game. Watch also for Tanya Crawley for the Stingrays, the face-off wizard. She's not taking the first one, that'll be Mish Boska, but we'll see how this one pans out. Can the Stingrays get a win? Can the Drop Bears consign them to a winless tournament this particular time around? The face-off won by the Drop Bears, but it's intercepted and picked off by, I think, Phillips, driving into the corner. Williams pinches in and drives it in deep as they battle on the half-boards. It gets past Williams, though, this time, though, and it's picked up onto the stick of Marshall, who finds a partner in Skeen, but couldn't handle it. And it's dumped in by the Stingrays. Play loose in the slot. This boxer, they couldn't get it through to her, and it's broken out now by Desjardins. Desjardins with no one in front except the goaltender. Desjardins gets onto the forehand. Wine shoots. Second chance, went 5-hole. Save made though, Lunt tested early. Williams couldn't keep it in, goes back to Marshall nicely. Marshall just fluffs on the handle. Has to play it up the boards, trying to get Skeen, and does find Skeen's stick. Skeen gets around one bit of pressure, but it's stolen by Crawley. Crawley coming back. It's poked away though by Marshall into the corner. Crawley marked tightly, just spins and pirouettes around, but Marshall doing a good job of just denying the space. Skeen comes in and chips the puck up the boards. It gets past Diamantina, but it's picked up now by Bartlett, who tries to get the puck into the zone. That wouldn't quite go. Crawley now has a bit of time. She flings it in, but it goes wide of the net, wouldn't go. Just leaving the puck behind there was Zhang. Puck flung across the front, went past Bartlett, but it now ends up on the stick of Van Rooyen, who's been excellent. Van Rooyen tries to find Wilkinson. Wilkinson just chips the puck through, and helped out by Owen. Owen now with the puck, just chips it past Zhang. Will try and get it through, but is blocked off, and they run out of room. Crawley circling around, trying to be an effective threat, and does. She gets the puck, gets onto a forehand, but it's poked away from her by Zhang, who was well positioned. Around the back of the net, Williams, who's been on now for a long shift. Puck fired back into the slot. They go cross ice to get the puck out of the zone, but they find a connection, and that was Tara Phipps. Phipps dumps the puck in, was looking for Michaela, and that went in deep, and now coming back the other way is some forechecking pressure there by Mish Boxer. Back they come for an icing. And with 12 minutes and 30 seconds to go, no goals, 2 shots on the net by the drop bear, none yet for the Stingrays. Stingrays have been desperately unlucky through this tournament. They certainly have not been outclassed. They've just been really, really unlucky. Sometimes that's just the way the puck bounces, and that's the way it goes. Face off this time won by Boxker. Went behind her and chipped the puck up. It only ends up though on the stick of Bridget Woods, who tries to fling it in. Picking it up there, Wilkinson, who tried to clear it out. Now Boxker has the puck with a little bit of room. Fast back check there, Zhang. Zhang pushes her into the boards and takes the time away. Boxer though finishes up with the puck. He's got Darcy floating around loose in the slot if they could get to her, but it wouldn't. And now Zhang tries to clear the puck out. This time moving. Under pressure though, circles around all their teammates saying go up the other end if you can. Now she passes the puck, gets the stick across to Urquhart. Urquhart put the puck across the slot looking for Phillips. It almost got there, but nice pressure in defence by Efmov, and they dump it back in deep. It's now on the stick of Beyer, who tries to clear it out, but it's kept on the blue line nicely there by Spalina, and in the end it's chipped back in by Elwood. Crawley now gets past the first one, gets onto the forehand, just chips it across the front and scores. Tanya Crawley troubles the scorers for the first time in the tournament for her. Got nicely onto her forehand, was given a little bit of room, and in the end just went around the outside of Christian in the net. Crawley opens the scoring up for the Stingrays. It's not the first time they've had a lead. Can they hang on to it or extend it? That'll give them the lift that they've been desperately needing. As the face-off is taken, and this time it's won by the Drop Bears, but it's picked up Efmov, who just chips it in, getting past the pressure being applied by Phipps. Back down into the zone it goes, and Crawley once more, but this time marked by Williams, and has no room. Puck comes across through the slot. Darcy now with the chance. Sorry, that's Spalina. Couldn't get a shot away. The puck eventually is flung behind the back of the net, and will be picked up by Desjardins. Desjardins tries to play it up the boards. They can't clear it out of the zone though, and it's picked up now by Crawley, who has another chance. Puck bobbling around, sprawling on the ice there. Christian, who's getting tired. It's the 5th game in 3 days. It's been a big session for the goaltenders. Now Efmov there couldn't do an awful lot with it, as Spalina tried to shovel it back in as well. It's picked up now and chipped in by Cole Clark, but it lobs deep and Williams will get there. Williams pressuring Cole Clark as they battle against the board. Cole Clark, not the beneficiary of simple physics, but another goal is scored, and it was Crawley again. No, sorry, that was Ariel Gillies who got that one. Just a little bit loose in the slot. Christian couldn't get a pad across to it as that loose bouncing puck, and the Central Coast Stingrays finally getting a little bit of puck luck that they've missed out on throughout the entire tournament. A couple of favourable bounces and in it goes, and they've now got a 2-0 lead with 9 minutes to go in the first over the Drop Bears. Diamantina flicks it in, he's trying to find a connection. Got it as far as Cole Clark, who orbits around, nearly stolen there by Urquhart, but it's pushed back down into the defensive zone. It'll be onto the stick of Beyer. Beyer rims it round the back, trying to find some help. Pinching in though the Stingrays. Comes back the other way. And Phipps will look to move it up ice. Finds Desjardins. Desjardins with 1 to beat. Back check there, urgent by Gillies. Goes around the back, and Gillies the goal scorer just a moment ago. And the Stingrays look to clear it out of the zone, and they do. Boxker will have to race down if she can and put some pressure onto the Drop Bears defence. They go cross ice. Getting back on side, just Owen now. Gets onto the forehand, has another shot. Loading up the pressure and the shots onto Courtney Christian. Now it was Owen getting a first really good opportunity, as with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go, the Stingrays with a 2-0 lead from just the 3 shots. As we line up and reset to go again. 8 minutes to play in the first. Face off this time won back to Bartlett, who tries to chip it through. It wouldn't go with much on it. It's chipped back into the net there by Crawley. Just a little backhander, but enough momentum to get through into the corner. The Drop Bears will look to move it out now with speed. It's on the stick of Zhang, but dispossessed. Stolen by Crawley, who loops around the back of the net with the puck. Zhang's going back to make amends. In the front, though, is Wilkinson. Couldn't get it through to her, and it ends up back on the stick of Bartlett, who fires it across. Almost got a tip in there across the stick of Crawley, but again, that wouldn't quite go. Crawley now has it. He's got Bartlett calling for it up on the blue line. Elects to go around the back of that instead, and Wilkinson will go over and pick it up. Wilkinson puts it into the slot. No one there in the green jersey, though, all white. And here come the drop bears back the other way with a bit of speed. And that's on to the stick of Phillips. Phipps, who tried to get it in. Battling in the corner there is Sang. Dispossessed, though. Shot fired hard from a distance, was flung in there hard by Desjardins, who had a good angle on it. And now they battle in the corner, trying to clear the puck out. Boxer just has the puck caught underneath their feet. They chip it across and out, and they find Wilkinson. Wilkinson hesitates, passes the Boxer on the move. Boxer just rubbed out of the way by Williams, who just uses force to make the move. Going over to Power now to pick it up, Marshall. Marshall gets there first, gets past Wilkinson. Not much room, but blasts through. Almost manages to get the puck past Boxer, but Boxer got a stick in the way. And the puck driven in by Phipps, who goes to get a change. This time Efmov got the puck as far as Spallina, who tried to dump it in, but was stolen by Lazaro. Lazaro being pressured, had to dump it back. Shot fired from a long way out by Williams, got onto the stick of Elwood. And now pushing hard into the corner is Phipps. Phipps wraps around the back, covered though by Lunt. But couldn't clear the puck out of the zone, the Stingrays. Crawley had a chance to clear it out, couldn't make it clean. Elwood will have to go and get it under pressure. Tries to backhand it up the boards, gets it past the forechecking pressure there of Lazaro. And pushing through was the green players. And then it's back onto Marshall, who tries to clear it out, but doesn't get it past the work of Spallina. But now the drop bears with a chance to try and get another shot away. Just a nice little reversal, looking to connect with Lazaro. Was a little bit maybe too fancy. And now Marshall has a chance, but is pressured. Marshall there being held tightly there by Darcy. Loops around with Crawley to beat. Pushes it back up the ice. Found Lazaro. Lazaro tries to get a shot away, but can't. Marshall again gets past Elwood. He's got a chance here for a wraparound. Tries it. Save made though. Second backhander goes. And it was fired in. Marshall with another chance. This time cannon fired by Williams. Almost a tip in there by Elwood. That would have been embarrassing. Plenty of time there for Williams, who this time just tips it in but doesn't get past Crawley, who was waiting patiently in the slot. Great centre play by Crawley. Crawley being tightly pressed Lazaro, who just forces her away. Had no help. In the end, Cole Clark comes through, puck fired into the slot, but Williams is there and belts it out, and it gets past everyone. Racing in quickly to pick it up with some speed is Dowell, who has a chance. And as a result, the icing is waved off. And it'll be brought back for a face-off. Kira Urquhart was trying to wave that one off, which is why Dowell had to hit the Jets. And with 4 minutes to go in the first, the Stingrays out to a 2-0 lead over the Drop Bears, 2 from 4 so far. Boxer just trying to chip through on the face-off and wins it. Sitting high there is Gillies, the goal scorer from earlier, one of Crawley with the other one. Shot fired from a distance there once more by Gillies, who was well positioned. There wasn't much on it though. And Courtney Christian made that one look pretty easy in the end. 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the first. 2 goals the lead to the Stingrays over the Drop Bears. And the Stingrays get the win. They would be feeling very hard done by throughout the tournament. They've really just been desperately unlucky. Certainly haven't been outclassed by any stretch of the imagination. All they needed was a puck to bounce the right way a couple of times, and so far it has in this game. 2 early goals as Owen turns around and tries to fire it in. Bodies get in the way and it doesn't make it through. And now it's on the half boards. Going around now to make some play. I think that might have been puck now deep in the corner as they battle. Coming over to help out, Tess Wilkinson decides that enough is enough and she's going to involve herself in the play. But now here come the Drop Bears with some speed. Dowell, though, gets there first. Just tips it cheekily through the legs of Desjardins, and it goes back in, and it's on the stick of Owen. Owen got it across to Crawley, who had a nice one-timer. Beautiful save made Christian, though, denying that one. Crawley still loose in the slot. They backhander, though Wilkinson wouldn't quite go. Crawley, Christensen saving that one. It's still loose. Crawley with another chance. It's loose. Wilkinson chips it in. It's still loose in the slot. Committed and down is Christian. Crawley shoots it around the back of the net. Wilkinson still sitting there without any real pressure on her, but the drop airs will break it out. At least they'll try to. Crawley got a stick in the way and broke that one up, but it's 3-on-1 now if they can make it happen. But a beautifully timed poke check there by Dow broke that one up. Also the back check of Crawley was important. Not able to keep the puck in on the blue line there. Woods, everyone getting pretty tired. It's been a very long weekend of hockey. It is Saturday night, I think. We started on Thursday evening and been non-stop. Puck through the middle for the drop airs. They chip it in, trying to find again the stick there of Woods. But Dowell was there and just drives it forwards. Dowell races over to, just race over to get a change. Fresh legs on in defence for the Stingrays as the puck deep in the zone. Attempted one-timer there by Darcy, wouldn't quite go. It's loose. Crawley was well positioned as well, but even better position was Courtney Christian, who was on top of the puck and making sure that one wasn't going through. 1 minute and 15 seconds to play in the first. Stingrays 2 from 9. Drop airs none from 3. We've seen this a lot. The Stingrays getting a lot of shots, but this time they've been going in for them, which is an enormous relief. It's been a pretty dour tournament for them. They've been unlucky. Bartlett puts it across. Almost picked off by Phipps. Shot fired from a distance. And then a scramble in front of the net is kept out once more by Courtney Christian, who's doing a tower of work for the drop airs. Boxker will load this one up. On the forehand, tries to chip it through, but it's won fair by the drop airs who drive away. Trying to get the puck up ice was Phipps, but not quite able to get through. They'll be playing up on the half boards. This time, though, the drop airs get the puck out of the zone. It's on the stick of Urquhart. Urquhart forced wide. Had Phipps just having to stay onside. As punching in now was Marshall. Williams chipped it across. A bit lucky to get away with that one as Bartlett goes through the middle. Uncharacteristically just left the puck behind, and it's fired in from a distance by Boxker. And the siren will beat the rest of the play. And at the end of the first, it's the Stingrays 2 from 10. The drop is none from 3. Hopefully we'll see a replay on that beautiful goal for Gillies, who was beautifully positioned to make that one happen. It was Crawley's goal there, just going over the shoulder. As we wait patiently for the resumption of hostilities. 2 more games to go tonight after this one. Non-stop hockey here at iceHQ. CCM National Women's Tournament in its 4th year. And it's going from strength to strength this time. 10 teams, including the team from Brisbane. It's an enormous pleasure to have you with us here if the drop is coming down to play with us. We hope we've given you plenty of good fun. And the possibility also tomorrow to play a final. If the Brisbane team does win this one, they may move up into finals contention tomorrow. If they do, they'll be playing the team that finishes first. It'll be 1v4 and 2v3 tomorrow morning before the winners of those 2 games will go through and play the grand finals in the evening. Or the grand final, I should say, in the evening. I've been listening to the broadcast before. I do apologise. I was informing people that Honey Badgers had got a guaranteed ticket to the grand final. This is in fact not the case. They've got a guaranteed ticket to a final, not necessarily the grand final. They're playing semis tomorrow, so too the Reds. They can't be pushed out of that situation. The question is, where will they end up? Face off this time won by Crawley, who chips it through. She was trying to make a connection there. Cole Clark, who gets onto it, stays on side. Cole Clark flings it in from a distance. Save made there. Courtney Christian, who had to get down low. Second chance though as they drive in to try and pick it up. Marshall was there as well, trying to keep it out. And we'll have a face-off as Christian makes the save. Early chance there for the Stingrays with just 20 seconds into the period. Face-off won again by Crawley. So often the case. Elwood couldn't keep it in. It'll be picked up now by the effervescent Lazaro, who tries to force it down in the corner. Lots of green jerseys back though in defence. They're pretty keen to win a game, the Stingrays. Williams fires the cannon, but getting a stick in the way there nicely. Cole Clark just disrupted that shot. Just lifted the stick out of the way as the shot was being taken, forcing it to go wide. Crawley will go in and beat some pressure. Looks to go up the boards, just dispossessed though. The battle in the corner. And now the breakout will happen for the Stingrays. Pressure there. They're going to get no hand up for a penalty there as Marshall was put into the boards hard by Cole Clark. Comes back now. Marshall just hesitates and waits for it as Crawley comes through. Crawley puts the puck through. Williams has the puck, looks up ice, smacks it hard, makes a beautiful pass connecting with Lazaro. Lazaro though can't get to it. Elwood will get there first, but under pressure Lazaro will in fact steal it, get around, but has to dump the puck in the corner. This is due to go and get a change. Fresh legs on for the Drop Bears. As the puck just wrong-footed Crawley. Williams was coming through in a hurry. Crawley goes backhand, but manages to connect only with Skeen. Skeen now gets onto the forehand. Skeen with a chance. Backhand, Dixon scores. Brooke Skeen puts that one in. Got a chance through the middle. Just got around Elwood, and then a lovely shift across to the backhand. Made Lunt commit, and then just chipped it over the back. And Brooke Skeen gets one for the Drop Bears, bringing the margin back to 1. With 12.5 minutes to go in the second. Skeen had been waiting to get hold of that one all game and finally did. It's picked up though by Desjardins, who pushes the puck in but runs into a wall. That was the brick wall of Dowell, wasn't getting through that one. And they battle in the corner. Dowell still trying to clear the puck out. Couldn't quite do much with it. It comes across the top of the slot. Not able to keep the puck in though, the Drop Bears, as they race back to pick it up there. With Byer looking up ice, being pressured by Wilkinson, taking away the angles and forcing the wide shot. Not a bad option though. Dowell will have to go back and get it under pressure. Coming in is Desjardins. Dowell being harassed, manages to get out. It's 4 on 2, 3 on 2, 4 on 2. Dowell goes around the outside, gets onto the backhand, chips. Puck lost behind the net. Dowell had a good chance there, but Courtney just shut it down. Nice work by the goaltender. Wilkinson now this time tipped it across the front, looking to get a tip in there from Owen. That didn't quite go. Maybe a chance there for Wilkinson to take the shot instead. Would have been possibly a higher percentage option, but it's easy to say from here. Boxker now tries to wind, but there, Brooke Skeen, their earlier goal scorer, she does something nice about that and steals it. Gets past one. Skeen held by Diamantina Dowell, and looks like we're going to get a penalty on Dowell. No, we're going to get an offside. And with 11 minutes to play, Stingrays 2, Drop Bears 1. Just an extra body on the ice there for the Stingrays as Boxker was caught unaware. Drop Bears blasting through. They can't get it clear though. Just puck goes behind Crawley. As Zhang looks to reset, getting chased hard though. Crawley lets her go in the end. She runs past 2, but he's going to run out of space, and in the end puts the puck behind the net. Bartlett will go over and pick it up for the Stingrays, who rims it around the back of the net, and it'll be picked up now by Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen with a bit of space, tried to find Crawley, went past her. It's gone through everyone. It was touched. There'll be no icing. Although the referee has a hand up for icing, maybe missed the touch, but Crawley gets there first anyway. Sorry, that wasn't Crawley. That was Spallino who got there first. Doing a good job of coming back now the other way with speed is Phipps. Phipps with 3 to beat. Winds from the outside. Push wide, the shot doesn't make it through. Van Rooyen there shut that one down and chips the puck up, trying to find some help. Got it onto the stick of Darcy. Darcy chips it forward. And here come the green team with a lob from the Alex Ovechkin Memorial shooting position. And that one will be easily saved by Courtney Christian, who just catches it. 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second. 1-goal lead to the Stingray. They've been here before. Can they maintain their composure, get another goal or two and have just a little bit more puck luck, because they were certainly been very shy of that throughout the tournament. Can they make it happen today? Face off this time, one Boxcar. Plays it back up. Elwood with the puck in the end. Went cross ice. Lucky not to get a pinch. In fact, it does get stolen. As the drop bears will drag it in. Heron there can't handle it cleanly though. And the Stingrays will clear it out of the zone. They've got a bit of space. Williams having to do some work. Shuts off Cole Clark. And then comes back to cover things up. Box got loose in the slot but covered. Shot fired but deflected by Gillies, the goal scorer from earlier. And the Stingrays will clear the puck out of the zone under a lot of pressure. Cole Clark manages to get the puck, chips it back in, finds a deep partner in Ekmov who flings it up. And it's chipped in by Gillies. But now it comes back as far as Lazaro. There's a little bit of room, just hesitates a touch, and in the end the puck is swept away. Nice work there by Elwood. As the puck finds a home with Guinevere Lunt. The clock will run down a little bit more. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second. Just that 1-goal lead. The Stingrays out shooting the Drop Bears by a factor of 3, 12-4. So the ice certainly tilting in the direction the Stingrays would like, but they've got to get a couple more goals. 1-goal lead not enough, as they've shown throughout the tournament. It's just not enough at this point. Crawley gets past one. She's got Woods in front of her. She's got some help in Wilkinson coming down the middle. Crawley takes a shot and scores. Goalie had to watch too. She had Wilkinson free in the slot as well. Crawley elected to take the shot and goes underneath through the 5-hole. Or maybe just around the outside. We'll get a better vision of that from up high. Goaltender there, Christian, had to watch Wilkinson as well. We'll see this one from top down. Yep, just went past the toe. Wilkinson won't get the assist on that one, but it's as much her goal. She created the space, forcing Christian to have to watch for 2. 2 on none, a very difficult save to have to make. Crawley now with 2. And that's a little bit of the luck that this team has needed throughout the tournament. Wilkinson again loose in the slot, has another chance, but it's taken away from her. Banging away on it is Owen, but that wouldn't quite go. And Christian was there to shut that one down. Wilkinson just having a little bit of a chat there with Brooks Keane. The two good friends off the ice. And now the lead out to 2 goals for the Stingrays. 3 from 14, 1 from 4 the Drop Bears. Wilkinson doing a great job on that previous goal of just creating a bit of indecision in the minds of the goaltender. If they have to watch 2 players, it's much harder. Boxer wins the face-off, but not cleanly, and it's pushed through Urquhart trying to get one back. And now it's Phipps who leads it up to Urquhart. Urquhart shovels it across, trying to make a connection. Was looking there for Zhang, but it wouldn't quite go. Zhang playing forward this time around, and now it's onto the stick of Dowell. Dowell dispossessed, couldn't get it past Phipps. Zhang tries to get a shot away. The puck magnetically attached to the stick though, and it will be Darcy who puts the pressure on, and the puck in the end is swallowed up by Lunt. Every extra second that ticks away good for the Stingrays, but it's a 2-goal lead. Maple Leafs fans know that's not enough. We'll get underway very shortly, just as the teams finish their changes. Williams has been very effective for the Drop Bears. It hasn't scored much. It's got one beauty of a goal from earlier in the tournament. And Zhang puck handles into the corner and is eventually rubbed off the puck. And the puck is dragged up. Not quite chipped out of the zone though. Marshall just with it down in the feet managed to keep it in. And now it's Urquhart who has a bit of a chance. Puts it across. Zhang fires. It went high. It was a good one-timer. Lunt was there and swallowed that one up. 5 minutes to go in the second. Both teams getting changes. Marshall and Williams staying on for the Drop Bears. They hadn't been on for terribly long. Certainly a strong defensive pairing, and they can stay out of the box. Marshall's fallen afoul of the referees on a couple of occasions throughout the tournament, but is yet to visit the box this time around, as it's put into the corner. And it'll be Van Rooyen who has it, tries to clear it out of the zone. Marshall goes in, takes a shot, but it's flung high and wide. Might have hit something in the process as they battle in the corner. Puck eventually rimmed around the back by the drop airs. Marshall now with another chance. She flings it high, but it just lobs in. In the end, Christian made that one fairly safe. Another chance, and it's shot and scored. Shot in by Marshall, set it up, and Lazaro got that one unmarked, just off to the left-hand side of the net. Lazaro here, the beneficiary of a nice little pass, a nice little bounce, and went glove side high, and Lunt couldn't get that one, and so we're back to a one-goal game. Lazaro's first for the tournament. Crawley winning that one, as is often the case from the face-off. Nat Efimov plays the puck up the ice, but it'll be picked up by Williams, who goes back to fetch it. Skeen now just waiting on the blue line, moves across and up the middle. That's the right thing for a winger to be doing. High percentage options. Now Williams has a bit of space. Wilkinson in front. Williams gets around Wilkinson, tries to get onto the backhand, forces through everything and collides with everyone, but leaves the puck behind and coming back the other way. Crawley deprived of the puck though by Skeen, who stole it. Onside now, the drop airs. Skeen is pushed into the corner, ridden wide by Efimov. It goes across behind the net. Skeen now trying to find some options. Got Desjardins across there. The pass was good, but not quite complete. Marshall took another shot, but lobbed it high. This time the puck is kicked in once more by Marshall, who just shovels it past the pressure, but Crawley will get it out. Williams is back though, who chips it back up ice, finds Marshall. Wilkinson comes in, almost collides with Skeen, and now it's Desjardins. Desjardins gets past Wilkinson, goes backwards and forwards with the puck, takes a shot, it's low. No rebound, they play the puck out of the zone. Elwood got it out, but not clear. Marshall now with the puck once more in defeat. This time it's low and hard. Tried to find Desjardins, but coming back the other way now with some speed is Dowell. Sorry, Boxer. Boxer looking for a choice. Chips it up the boards, goes herself. It's going in to put some pressure onto Woods. Now around the back of the net, Owen looking to try a wrap around. That wouldn't quite go as he's being pressured and pushed wide by Phipps. The battle on the boards. In the big pile up as now the drop bears look to come back the other way. It's Marshall who chips it up the boards. And it's gone all the way down the other end. And it's Urquhart who has a chance, but Lunt down there who stops that one, coming back the other way as we go backwards and forwards. Wilkinson chips it through, trying to find Crawley. Crawley gets it, won't get there quite in time, racing across Woods, but Crawley gets it. He's got Wilkinson loose in the slot again. Wilkinson now free. Two players in the slot, just fanning on the shot there. It was a gift to Efimov. So we ruined that one. Sorry, that wasn't Efimov, that was Karen Jones. We'd want that one back, absolutely. Cycling around and just trying to make some space there, Marshall. Marshall being pressured though by Sarah Darcy. Finally gets a puck out of the zone, it's back in, and Crawley will cross the line. A minute to go in the period, 1 goal the margin. As Marshall clears the puck out of the zone and tries to chip it clear. As they battle on the blue line, eventually it comes out and it'll be picked up by Dowell. Dowell tries to get around it through, runs heads first into Zhang. No penalty of the call on that one. Zhang a little bit shaken, but still alive. This the puck not out of the zone, referee well positioned. And it's now on the stick of Spallina. Spallina tried to dump it in, found Dowell. Dowell circles around, flings it from distance. It's an awkward bounce. Very nearly went over the pad there of Courtney Christian, who then left it. And Zhang has it behind the net. He's pressured. Not able to get it out cleanly. Spallina lobs it back in towards the net. Feet in the way of Zhang, got a pad in the way, got some body in the way as well, but ran into some physicality there by Sarah Darcy, who just introduced her to the rink. Puck fired through, but the clock will beat everyone. And at the end of the second, it's a Stingrays 3 from 15, the drop bears 2 from 9. So roughly 1 in 5 shots going in. Stingrays desperate to get a win out of this tournament. And the drop bears, well, if they win this, there's still a chance for finals. depending on what happens when the Lizards play later on tonight as well. They've got one more game to go in regulation. Then all teams play again tomorrow, with the exception of the 2 teams that finished last. The Stingrays will not be playing tomorrow, but they want to get some pride. The Dropbears have a chance to play tomorrow. Can they push the shifty Lizards down and get themselves up? If they win this one and the Lizards don't, then they have that chance. So the way the ladder stands at the moment, on top but with 5 games, is the West Coast Honey Badgers, but they're down on win percentage, 0.7, whereas the Melbourne Reds have won 2 from 4. The Honey Badgers have won 2 from 5, so the Reds with 1 game in hand. They'll be playing the Shifty Lizards after this one. The winner of that game will be guaranteeing themselves a place in the final. The Reds will be playing finals tomorrow regardless, but the question is, will they be 1v4 or 2v3? If they win it, they're number 1 and they'll be playing whoever finishes 4th. If they lose it, they're in the 2v3. This has been so close, so it doesn't seem to make that much difference. The 1 and 4, so close indeed that no foregone conclusions. Cole Clark dumps it in, gets tangled up with Zhang, and the glove goes flying. 15 minutes for the Stingrays to hold on to a 1-goal lead. Just puck handling there around Everett Van Rooyen. It's risky though, and she loses the puck in the end, and it will be dumped in by the Dropbears. Picked up by Bartlett. Bartlett runs into not much space, turns and pivots, tries to do something about it, but it's returned back the other way by Boxer. Boxer chips it up the boards, and the Stingrays will just clear the puck down the other end. No icing the call on this one. Racing back to get it was Beyer. Boxer with a nice little backhand, just put it into the slot, but it's picked up now by the Dropbears, and they clear the puck out of the zone. Under a lot of pressure though, Boxer doing a great job there of just denying space to Phipps. It'll be picked up now, Desjardins, who tries to get the puck off. Crawley though steals that one, waits for her teammates to get onside, they do. She's got Gillies free in the slot, couldn't quite get it across to her. Wasn't a bad choice. Crawley now with another chance, down under her feet, losing footing in the process. Crawley now though picks it up in the corner as Wilkinson's circulating around. Van Rooyen flicks it in from a distance. It's an awkward bounce. Still chipping away. Wilkinson still banging away at it. Now in Gretzky's office, Wilkinson plays it up high, got it onto the stick of Gillies, goal scorer from earlier, the first goal. But it's picked up now almost. Desjardins couldn't get around the stick check there of Bartlett, who just stands still and drops the shoulder into Woods, who finds out what it's like to run into the big goon. Now Efmov with the puck, but beaten by Williams, who just smacks it away, just using sheer strength, and it goes into the corner. Barreling around the back of the net, the Dropbears look to clear the puck out of the zone. Just under 13 minutes to go in the third. 1 goal to lead to the Stingrays. Can they hang on to it? Can they extend it? Or will we get yet another draw, which will make things even more interesting? Picking it up now is Owen, who keeps the puck in the zone. Crawley goes cross through trying to get it across to Wilkinson, but Williams is there. Williams' clearance went straight to Crawley and didn't get it out of the zone, but now it's out and having to go and pick it up is Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen chips it back in as the Stingrays get a change and some fresh legs come on. Circling around high looking for a stretch pass is Urquhart, but that won't go, it's too far away, and it's stolen by the green team anyway. Williams tries to push it away. Charging in Efmov, who activates from the blue line, but it's stuck in no man's land just at the top of the face-off circle. Williams now goes round behind the net, looks up twice, trying to find an option. Has got Phipps calling for it, makes the pass. It's a beauty. Phipps can't do too much with it. Was under a lot of pressure. And that Efmov, though, will end up with it back in the corner for the Stingrays. Tries to play it up the ice, up the boards, but it's intercepted. And a shot fired across the net by Urquhart. Very nearly a tip-in. Had Zhang well positioned. But now coming back the other way, Spallina chips the puck forward, gets it to Boxer. Boxer pivots, shoots. It's high and loose. The first save made, but it wasn't clean. The Dropbears will have to clear it out in a hurry. And they do in the end. It comes back, though, as far as Dowell, who looks up ice, trying to find some options. Passed it across to Boxer, who was changing, and left that one behind. And now It's on the stick of Darcy, who shovels it across, but it ran into the feet of Urquhart. Now they get it up looking for Crawley. Goes past everyone and ends up with Williams. Williams now from a distance. Crawley comes in to put some pressure on, goes across ice, finds Marshall, who has a lot of room. Marshall tries to get past Darcy and does. He's in the corner though. Puts it into the high slot, trying to make a connection there with Zong, who takes a shot, but it went wide. The green team will clean it out. Marshall just dumps it back in again. Marshall being pressured there by Darcy. Shot fired from Phipps through a screen. Not lucky to see that one coming as Crawley circles around, and the green team will clear the zone. But diving in to pick it up, Williams, but didn't take the puck. It's trapped underneath her, but it'll be picked up by Phipps, who has room. Phipps with one to beat, gets a shot from a distance, but Lunt will just gobble that one up with the glove. And we have 10 minutes to go on the drop of the puck. 1 goal the lead to the Stingrays. They've been in this situation far too many times. Can they hang on to it? In 10 minutes we'll know. Face off this time won cleanly by Phipps. Back to the point. Charging through, trying to disrupt that play was Cole Clark. Realising the urgency of the situation, the Stingrays want to win this one. They haven't had a single win all tournament. This will give them some pride to take back to the Central Coast. As the puck played forward there by Larazzo, who got a lovely goal earlier. Dowell flings it up the boards. And it is picked off though and intercepted by Woods, who activated. Goes back now behind the net. And the Stingrays will look to clear it out once more. Dowell now has a little bit of room. Moves up the ice, being chased hard there by Lazaro. It gets onto the forehand, winds and shoots, but it goes wide. Blocker save there by Christian. Might not have gone in, but all the same. And shoots from the front. A nice tip in there by, once again, Dowell, who has activated deep. Now Dowell, sorry, that wasn't Dowell. Dowell's up on the point. It's been a long weekend, long week. But anyway, here they come, the Drop Bears. Trying to make a connection through to Heron. Dowell will get there first. Dowell loops around behind the net, escapes the pressure. 2 in on the forecheck. Has a bit of space. Doesn't get past Woods though, who just picked it off. Now Lazaro flings it. Trying to go 5-hole. Lunt lost sight of it, but it went wide anyway. And now it's Crawley who is behind the net for the Stingrays. She plays it up the boards, finds Wilkinson, who tries to chip it out but doesn't get it past Urquhart, who just held the line. Now Lazaro with a chance, winds, gets a shot, but body's in the way. It doesn't get through or past Dowell. But they don't clear it out of the zone, the Stingrays. Wilkinson trying to battle with it on the half boards, helped out by Crawley. As a few players take a little bit of a tumble against the boards. It's into the slot. Dowell now tries to clear it out, gets it across, and they find eventually Owen, who is clear, who puts it across under Wilkinson's feet, who lost sight of it. Wilkinson just handling on the blue line, but managed to succeed only in passing it to Heron. Heron put it back, and it made Annie Bartlett happy. And that's always a good thing to see, but the puck now, Bartlett caught offside, has to race back. As they chip the puck back in there with Owen. Puck played out, waiting for it, and Desjardins coming across the line, looking in good position. So too Urquhart. Marshall loses the puck under her feet. It's still there, Rocket. There it is. Eventually, she caught sight of it. Teammates not giving her much help, but it's now Van Rooyen in the defensive zone deep for the Stingrays. 7 minutes now to play in the period and indeed the game. 1 goal the lead. Van Rooyen gets through a couple. Doesn't get past the poke check of Skeen. Gets a shot though in the end, but it went high and wide over the top. Christian watched that one sail past. And now back come the Drop Bears. It's Urquhart, who gets past Darcy and puts it deep into the corner. Will be pressured though by Van Rooyen, who's made it all the way back in time. And now Boxker will look to get the puck out of the zone, and does quite nicely, but being pressured by Marshall. Skeen there just pokes the puck away. Marshall has it, backhands it up through the middle, finds some help, gets across to Skeen now. Skeen is being pressured, gets a little bit of space, a nice twist. Skeen now 3 in front, chips it back, shot fired by Urquhart. It was caught there though by Lunt with the glove at the last minute. Ski now still trying to make something out of the option. There's a lot of green jerseys back now. As Van Rooyen tries to play the puck up through the middle. Ran into Skeen again, who's been great in this shift. Has to race back and put some more pressure on. The puck comes across Urquhart this time, picks it up. Looks up ice, clears the zone. Forcing the turnaround, but coming back now through is Crawley. Crawley with room. Crawley goes wide, gets across onto the forehand, but a poke check there. Williams just drove it away. Don't go cross ice, all they do, and it's picked off. Darcy picks off that cross ice pass. That always happens. Crawley chips away at it, activating and driving Efimov. Managed to not quite keep it in. That puck just made it over the line. Efimov knows it. Worth a try. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 1 goal the lead. 1 goal the lead. Drop Bears with 11 shots. Stingrays at 17, so they are out shooting them. Crawley with the usual face-off win. Dowell spins around and drives it in deep. Doesn't make it past anyone in particular though, and it'll be brought out through Phipps. Phipps tries to get onto the forehand, shoots from a distance. Save made though, Lunt just deflects it away. Good last line of defence there by Lunt. Crawley just hesitating, but chips it through. Got it onto the stick there of Cole Clark. Pushed into the corner though, takes a shot across the slot. No one was there. Williams was back though. Nearly took out her own goaltender. It's just forced to drive it back in. Now the puck is flung all the way back down, and it will be no icing the call. It's having to race back there. Dowell gets there first, but pressured by 2. The Drop Bears desperate to get one back and get it back. They're under 5 now. We're into the CCM final 5 as they battle in front of the commentary position here. Boxker in the end clearing the puck out. Gets the puck out of the zone nicely. And Cole Clark will fling it in from a distance, but only hitting Bridget Woods in the torso, and drives it off into the corner. Drop Bears try to clear the puck out again. A little backhand that gets past the pressure. Activating Bartlett, who goes in. Bartlett swings away, can't get the puck away, but Boxker spins around and pivots the puck away and gets it clear of Zhang. And now Dowell has a mile of room and plenty of space. 2 to beat in front. Dowell with speed, goes wide. Dowell winds, shoots. And save made by Christian. Dowell maybe not aware Owen was moving across into the slot as well, but Dowell probably made the right choice. Just play percentage. They don't need to score the goals, the Stingrays. They just need to keep the Drop Bears out. They're under 4 minutes now to play. 1 goal the margin. They have been here before, the Stingrays. Three minutes and 30 seconds to play. Face off this time won by the Drop Bears, but it went back to Van Rooyen. Bartlett lets that one go, and it'll be picked up by Wilkinson. Wilkinson deprived of the opportunity, goes back, picks it up again. No one seems to want it. Bartlett now. Bartlett shoots from a distance. It was a good one, down low and hard. Puck still loose in the slot. Eventually the referee blows the whistle and says enough's enough. It was a good shot by Bartlett. Right choice to get down low and hard and look for a rebound, or possibly a 5-hole. The clock won't stop yet, but when we do get to a minute to go, we will go to stop time unless the goal differential increases. Drop Bears with some urgency. They're under 3 minutes now to play. They've got to get 2 goals to win it. If they can win it, they'll take themselves into the final, and they know that. They want to play it. The Central Coast Stingrays would love to get him in. Van Rooyen now will have to race back. She's got pressure from Phipps, who's in a hurry. Van Rooyen run into the boards, and looks like she's done herself an injury in the shoulder. Collided hard with the boards. The referee will just pause the game. Van Rooyen holding the shoulder. Looks like hopefully not a collarbone. Been great throughout the tournament, Van Rooyen. It'll be a sad way to finish it off with a nasty injury. Hopefully she's okay, just giving herself a bit of a shock. Time will tell on that one, we won't know, but I'm sure her teammates will know soon enough. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in the game. 1 goal the lead. Phipps is sitting 2 on the penalty, so the Stingrays with the power play this time. They will be finishing on the power play regardless of what happens, unless they score a goal now. They don't need to. Marshall tries to clear the puck out of the zone, can't get it past Crawley, who kept it in. Going deep into the corner to try and battle with it as they tangle up. Players just taking a bit of a tumble. Williams down on her knees as Owen now tries to get something constructive, but it'll be picked up by the Drop Bears. And that's Marshall just shoving her way through. Gets past just about everyone. Sorry, that was Urquhart shoving her way through. But it's now Williams who has the puck behind the net. Running out of time, just a minute to go. They're on the kill, but they need a goal. Skeen couldn't get it out of the zone. Crawley there battling away with it as well. Crawley and Skeen, Crawley ends up with it. Williams couldn't clear it out either. Wilkinson had a chance. And now the Drop Bears have possession. They don't pull the goalie, but it's no icing on them on this time, it being a penalty kill. We're racing back now to pick up Efimov, who's got pressure from Williams, who's activated deep. Pinching in as well there is Marshall. Boxker clears the puck out of the zone wisely. That's all they need to do. Williams now finds Marshall. Marshall couldn't get a handle on the puck. It went underneath a stick. Marshall now, though, keeps it in. Chips it in deep. It goes to Elwood. Elwood's got to clear it out, being pressed there by Lazaro. Just 15 seconds to play in the game. Can the Drop Bears get one and square it up? Or can the shot there by Lazaro is picked up by the goaltender? They play around the back of the net there, Elwood. Just 3 seconds now to go. Running out of time. Marshall with one last chance. Can't get the shot away. And the Central Coast have done it. Last game of their tournament is a win for them. 2 goals to Crawley and 1 to Gillies. Back the other way for the Drop Bears. 1 to Lazaro and 1 to Skeen. So the Stingrays finally get a win for the tournament. They got the luck that they've been denied so many times. They won't be going to the finals, but they finish with a win, and that's not a bad way to do it. We'll be back with you very shortly for the final game in the T2 series, and that will be between the Reds and the Shifty Lizards. An important game for both of those two teams. If the Reds win it, they win themselves. They get themselves to the 1v4. If the Lizards win it, they maintain their place. So thank you very much for being with us for this one. We'll be back with you for the next game very shortly.